scouting for Shay and my dad's hunt. It starts Saturday, and just found this bull again. Jason had found him last week, and he's still up here. He's huge. He's pushing 350, I'd guess, 340, 350. But just whale's tails. He's long, he's wide, but it's a pretty wicked country over there. And our biggest fear is grizzly bears, and we found one of those too. So Jason's watching the grizzly bear and I'm watching the elk. But this is awesome country. There's a reason why this big bull's up in here with his cows, because he doesn't get bothered very much. So I don't know if they want to go in after him Saturday or what, but it's definitely probably, when you say, one of the biggest bulls we've ever seen up here.
Oh yeah, he's a dandy. The more we started looking at this bull, we watched him for basically 2 days before the hunt opened, before Shay and my dad really got up there. And the more we looked at him and looked at the maps and had our GPSs out, we realized he was either just inside the Montana boundaries or right on the boundaries. So the tag that Shay and my dad had were just for a specific unit in Idaho. So we weren't able to go over and chase this bull. He was, I think he knew it was getting ready for Shay's hunt. So we decided to go to another area that we had hunted previously that we knew there was elk in.
So, how's this hunt been going so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, I have heard a lot of elk. I haven't seen any, but I hear them. And sometimes I think maybe it's just a lot of other hunters out here, like, and we're all talking to each other.
I don't think so.
They outsmarted us. I mean, they're like right there, and you could tell they're just like through the trees like 100 yards, and then we try to sneak up, and then they're like another 100 yards away.
They get called to a lot up here in this area because it's a over-the-counter archery tag, so everyone that can afford a $12 cow calls up here using them. So we're getting a bugle and they're rutting around. We've got to get the right moment, the right chance, and we'll kill them. But it's snack time. So
right now we're having this Golden Valley natural organic beef jerky. It's the delicious mountainside snack.
What do you think we need to do, Jace?
We need to change it up a little bit.
What?
Let's do the surprise attack. Maybe we can get Shay inside a dome tent in a blind, and then he just bail out at them when they come through.
I think I just need to strip down and you guys just paint me.
Right.
Like a tree.
You see what I'm working with? You see why we haven't killed anything yet?
Finally, we changed our tactic up enough that what we were doing is we were pretty much just ambushing these elk. We'd get them to call, and then we'd just hightail it as close and get as close to these elk as we could within 50 to 100 yards, and then we'd just start calling, bugling, cow calling. We finally got the first bull of the year to come in, And we were thinking it was the bigger bull these guys had been watching. They said, you know, they'd called the big 360 bull in the week before, so we got all set up and we knew this bull was coming in. And he come through the trees just perfect, but just wasn't big enough. Shay asked if you should shoot him, and I thought, no way.
So anyways, we're coming down this mountain and we're calling, and the sun's starting to set where, you know, it's getting dark. And, you know, it's kind of like you're giving up, you know. It's like, okay, the day is over, you know, because the sun was definitely about to set and it was getting dark. And, you know, everybody kind of had given up that intense because we hadn't heard anything. We're like, okay, they're obviously not on this mountain. So we're, you know, just cruising down this hill. We're going to get to the truck and get back to the cabin to have some dinner. And all of a sudden we hear a bugle, and we're like, oh, we look at each other like, oh, shit. So we start going, and we're going down this hill, and I'm like at a light jog at this point, because he keeps bugling, and I hear it, and it keeps getting closer, so it's like, it's coming up, and I'm like basically jogging on this downhill, and I get to the point where it's like, okay, it's definitely right here somewhere. I finally see what I see, I think as a tree moving, but it's this ant. And so I was sitting there, and I got him in my sight, and I could see like the top of his head, basically, and I could see him. And then I was like, should I wait for him to come out? And they were bugling more, and he didn't act like he wanted to come up. And so I waited there for about a minute to a minute and a half. Like, you know, I counted to 10. I like made sure my heart slowed down, you know. And was just waiting. If I don't shoot now, I might miss him. Like, he might turn and just go, and they're all going to be mad that I didn't get the shot. Did you see him? Yeah, he's still there. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you ever want to feel like less of a man, get with like 8 dudes up on the mountain and miss a great elk, and you'll feel like an idiot. They'll let you know every step of the way down the mountain.
Alright, so more often than not, this is what happens. We had spotted these elk. We were actually hunting a whole separate mountain across the valley, and real thick pines you couldn't see in front of you. And we just come to this clearing, and I just happened to look up across the valley on this other mountain, and threw my binoculars up, and I'm like, hey, there's elk over there. And there was a big herd of elk.
Alright, we just spotted a pretty good bullock on this hillside. We're gonna make the death march up there. Try to get Shay a shot at him. Shay's gotta redeem himself after last night. I think he's ready. So we're gonna cruise up this hill. Try to get ahead of this bull. Maybe try calling him in. Just come with us.
We knew where they were, so we thought we're just going to loop all the way around, you know, and I think it was probably 2 miles at the end of the day. I mean, directly we were 800 yards, but we went all the way around to try to like kind of up above them.
Yeah, we were trying to get from where they were, in between from where they were to where they were headed. What happens, we thought this is like a fail-safe plan. We'll get up ahead of them, they'll walk by us, we'll shoot them, we'll kill them. Well, we got up there and there was no sign.
There was white-tailed deer.
Yeah.
No, there was some mule deer up there.
There was some deer, and there was no up. We couldn't find them.
Yeah.
Then it started raining.
We were soaking wet.
But that's hunting. I mean, you
Yeah.
think, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to get right ahead of them. They're going to walk by. I'm going to get great camera footage, shoot a nice bull.
Here's Casey's motto when you go hunting. You see your camp twice during the daylight, when you come to set it up and when you leave. Basically, you leave before dark and you come home after dark every night. It's like a full-time job, basically. So this is day 5, and I'm exhausted, you know, because it's just so early and so late, and you're hiking so much. I'm just like, I do not want to wake up. I'm flying home today. I'm just done. I don't care if I didn't shoot an elk. It was fun hanging out with you, bro, but it's like, I just don't care anymore. Like, I'm so tired. So anyways, Casey says, it's 4th and 15, dude. You want to go for it or punt?
and I'm a go for it kind of guy. So I'm like, yeah, let's go drive around in your truck and see if we see anything. So we literally get in Casey's truck.
Well, it was raining too.
And it was like 9 o'clock.
Snowing.
I did get to sleep in until like 9 a.m. Anyway, so we're just driving. We just go up this road that we hadn't really been up, and we're just kind of like road hunting, you know, with the goggles, looking up, see what we could see, because we're out in the middle of nowhere. And then Casey's like, all right, let's flip around. So Casey goes, stops, turns around to head back down the road, and he goes, wait a minute. Let's look one more place. So then he flips around to take us back in the direction, but instead of going back, we kept going up the road, literally probably around the other bend. Casey's like, there's no. I'm like, where? Because I never see him. He's like, there's nowhere. I'm like, sure enough, probably 400 yards up this meadow. And so they're walking across this meadow. And so I hop out, I grab my gun, Casey throws a truck into park, I hop out, and I kind of go running up this hill to kind of like get up this hill to get a shot at this thing. So I go running up there, and I'm like standing there, and I shoot, and Casey comes up with his rangefinder, because I didn't really know how far he was, and he looked really far away because he was up the hill a little bit.
Yeah.
So I thought aim on the top of his back. That's where I thought the trajectory would be. So I aimed at the top of his back, and then Casey came up with his rangefinders and said it was 350. So then I missed the first shot, went over the top of his back. Again, it's my second miss. I know, I suck. So then he says, no, basically aim on his back, but just the top of his back. So second shot, dropped him.
It was a good shot. So it happened so quick. I left the camera in the truck. My bad. But so we missed the kill shot. But yeah, here's the interview with Shay
right after it happened, and I was fatter then too.
All right, dude.
Did it.
Got it done.
Finally.
5 days
Day
of hard
5.
hunting. We've hunted hard. This opened up Saturday. Here it is, Wednesday. So I mean, we've hunted hard. We've ran the complete gamut of elk hunting. We've done it all. We've called them. We've bugled them. We've spot stalked them. We've busted them out of the trees.
Been in the thick stuff.
We've watched them on water. I mean,
they were water skiing one day.
Water skiing.
We couldn't catch them that day.
Yeah, they were busy. But
we came through a valley one day, and I missed a big one that was a dumb shot of mine. But
they bugled a bull in and come into 60 yards. Gave him a tough shot. He took it and missed, but it's all experience. This is Shay's really his first time really elk hunting. He had a late cow tag, 5-6 years ago, and they ended up killing a cow. But this is the
hardest I've ever worked for any food I'm ever gonna consume in my life. Literally waking up at 5:30. You're on the mountain before the sun comes up. We're hiking 10-12 miles a day in the thick. We're getting rained on, soaking wet yesterday. And finally, the last day we decided to give it one more chance. Casey kept telling me it was 4th and 18, Shay. What are you gonna do? You want to punt or go for it? Because today I was like, we're just exhausted this morning. I was like, when I heard you waking up this morning, I'm like, oh man, just sleep in. I'm so tired. But we got out here this morning. We saw this guy. He had 2 cows with him, and so we ran up this little gully here, and I took one shot at him. I thought he was farther than he was. I went over top of him, and luckily he had a cow that kind of, I think, kept him there.
Yeah.
So then Casey said, just aim right on the top of his back, and then got him, and he dropped right there. This is gonna be some good meat too.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good meat. My wife's gonna make spaghetti out of this. We'll get some hamburger, get some nice steak, some jerky. Speaking of jerky, thanks to Casey's sponsor, Golden Valley, that's like sustained us this whole time.
Yeah, we've ate Golden Valley jerky pretty much 90% of the time to keep us going.
It's our
with the
truck
protein
snack.
We needed.
It's our truck snack. We just snack on it.
Thank you, Brock and Bryce over there at Golden Valley Jerky, and also want to thank my camo company, M2D Camo, Sparky and Jesse over there. This camo's great. I finally had to switch it up. It's been 2 weeks and
it started to stink.
So
started to stink pretty bad. I said you either need to wash it or change some camo.
We switched it up, but I just want to tell you guys thanks for making this season awesome. We've got some great footage, and it's been a fun hunt, but we're gonna get them taken care of. So
get them cleaned up.
You can
not spray me with the pepper spray.
Shaycarl's pictures on the back of the package.
Here I am. Can you see that? Is that focusing? Let's see. Who is this guy right here?
It's probably way too close.
He's my idol. Look at that beard. That is a beard right there. This is delicious. Organic, Golden Valley, natural. Oh, look at that view. Dad, would you do a little dance for me real quick? Just see the robot through there? Thanks, bro.
Okay, you can stop now.